Just a few days ago, Google released the Gemini 2.0, and I gotta say, I've been testing this out and I'm super impressed. So today we're gonna focus mostly on the kind of the stream real time. This is kind of a version of the Multimodal Live API with Gemini 2.0. So this is the Gemini 2.0 Flash Experimental. I guess I could turn off Dark Reader here, right? So this is what we're going to do today. I'm going to focus mostly, like I said, on the stream real time. I might do some tests on the API, but I don't have like the full access to voice and this real time sharing yet. But hopefully I will pretty soon. So there's a bunch of cool things you can actually do with this. So we have kind of the option here to select a video source. So we can do our camera or we can do a screen. So today we're going to do screens. So let me just show you now. If I select screen, we can do full screen, okay? And
okay,
we can start.
I understand. You're showing a screen and you can make it full screen.
So what do you see now, Google?
Now I see a screen with the Google AI Studio interface. It has a section labeled Stream Real Time on top, and on the right there's a panel with run settings.
What do you see now?
Now I see the Visual Studio Code interface showing a Python script. The script has a function named generate.
It's cursor, but almost. That's not too bad. So I'm just gonna stop
this
now.
I see the cursor.
Okay, so we reloaded this. So you can see how it works now. It's pretty easy to use. But there's a bunch of cool things we can do with this. So I just want to start off by kind of doing like a tutorial or like a tutor. Let's say I wanted to learn to write some simple Python code here, right? We can ask Gemini to follow along with the screen and help us set this up. So let's try to do that. Okay, so what we want to do now, again, we just want to select our video source. So we want to do the full screen, and then we can just head over to cursor here or VS Code. So I can just say, hello, Google.
Okay, you are showing your cursor or VS Code. And then
that's right. So I want to learn kind of how to write some simple Python code. I haven't used it much, but now since the AI stuff is here, I kind of want to get into writing some code. So today I just want to start off simple, maybe doing like a small project. I'm thinking something I want to run random to create some random numbers. Could you help me get started and do this kind of step by step?
Yes, you'd like to learn how to write simple Python code, particularly how to create random numbers using code, and you'd like help getting started step by step. Is that correct?
Yeah, let's just start now. I'm on the main.py here. Can you see that?
Yes, I see you are on the main py file. To start, you'll need to import the random module. You can do this by writing import random at the top of your file. Would you like me to guide you through the next step?
Okay, so something like this?
Yes, that is perfect. You have now imported the random module. After that, you can use the module by writing random.randint AB to generate a random integer between A and B. What would you like your range to be?
I think I want to do like 1 to 100. Is that correct? Or should I do like 1 to 100? Is that good?
I see you have the code randint 1 to 100, but that would subtract 100 from 1 first. You should use a comma instead of the minus sign to separate the range.
Okay, so something like this?
Yes, that is correct, the code random. Randint 100 will generate a random number between 1 and 100.
Okay, great.
Would you like to print
let's try to... I want to do a variable maybe that uses this. Could you help me with that?
Yes, you can store the random number in a variable by assigning the result of random.randint 100 to a variable name. For example, you could write random_number equals random, randint 100. Would you like to continue this?
So something like this? What you meant?
Yes, that is perfect. You have stored the random integer into the variable random_number
Okay.
Now, do you want...
is it possible to
so you want...
print this, yeah?
Yes, you can print the value of the variable by using the print function. You would write print random underscore number. Would you like to try that now?
So I get this red error here.
I see the error. The print function should have parentheses around what you want to print. You should write print random underscore number instead. Would you like me to help you with the next step?
So this looks good now. And if it does, can we run it? How do I run this code?
To run the Python code, you can press the play button at the top right of the versus code window, and the output will be shown in the terminal below. Do you see it?
Yeah, I pressed it. It looks like something happened. Can you check if this looks good? It says 70 or something.
Yes, I can see the number 70 printed in the terminal. So your code worked as expected, and you generated a random number between 1 and 100. Would you like to continue with another step?
So the next thing I want to do is I want to create a function, and I like functions. So I think the function could take like a integer, as an argument, and then we can add the random number on top of that integer to kind of print a new number. Could you help me set up this function, please, step by step?
Sure, I can help you with that. You want to create a function that takes an integer as an argument and then adds a random number to that integer and prints the new number. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think I want to do that.
Okay, let's start by defining the function. In your code, below the line, print random underscore number, add a new line with the following code, def, add underscore random, integer, This line defines the function with the name add underscore random that takes an argument named integer.
So you said def add underscore random, and what was the next?
You need to put the argument of the function within parentheses. So the next part is to add integer, after add underscore random,
So this?
Yes, that is correct. Now after the colon, press enter to go to the next line, and since this is inside the function, you have to indent it.
Okay, I'm indented.
Great, now you can create a new variable inside the function called new underscore number that will contain the result of adding the random number and the integer. So in that indented line type new underscore number equals random. Randant 100 plus integer
So you said new number equals.
Yes, that is correct. And then after the equals, type random. Randant 100 plus integer
So like this?
Yes, that is exactly correct. Now add another line indented that uses the print command to print out this new underscore number
New number.
Great. Now you just need to call the function with a specific integer after line 9 without indentation to see the result. For example, add underscore random 5
Okay, so like this?
Yes, that's it. Now you can run your code and it will print the result of adding a random integer between 1 and 100 to 5.
Okay, so I'm ready to run this now. Should I just do like before, so python main.py?
Yes, you are correct. You can execute the code using
Python
main.
I did that, but we got a syntax error expected, some kind of colon or something.
You're right. I apologize for the oversight. The issue is that a colon is expected after the parenthesis on line 7. Please change it to def add underscore random integer, and that will fix the issue.
Okay, so I'm gonna try again now. Okay, so now we got 9843. Does that look correct?
Yes, the code is now working as expected. The first number, 98, is the random number from line 5, and the second number, 43, is the result of adding a new random number between 1 and 100 to the integer 5, which was given as an argument to the function on line 11.
Ah, okay, I see. Okay, I see. I was a bit confused, but now I see, like, because we print here, we print here. So let's say I want to remove this. I think I can, right? And I also can remove this, I think. And this should still run fine. But now we don't see what kind of random number we are adding. So I kind of want to add some way we can print both the random number that's generated and the number we add, so the integer, and then the added numbers. Is it possible I could just try to do that and you can correct me if it looks good?
Okay, I understand you want to modify your Python code to print both the random number generated and the integer that was added to it. You want me to correct you as you make these changes. Feel free to proceed when you are ready.
Yeah, I'm starting now, so I'm just gonna think out loud here. So I guess we kind of need, let's call this random number, so, right? So let's just do like this, and then we can do number equals integer, right? And let's say we do added numbers. This could be random number, number plus number, something like this. And then we can print the random number, right? And we can print the number. And then we can kind of at the end here print maybe the added numbers. What do you think about this?
Okay, I see what you've done. You've added a variable called added numbers that calculates the sum of the random number and the integer. Then you print the random number, the integer, and finally the added numbers. It looks good so far.
Okay, I see. Maybe we can just drop line 5 and then just do like this. Maybe this saves a bit more time, right? Something like this. Saves a few lines of code.
Okay, I see you removed the line where you define the variable number, and instead you are now passing int directly to the print function, which is fine. This way, you are saving a line of code.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm learning here, right? That's pretty cool. I think I'm ready to run this now. You agree?
Yes, I agree that you are ready to run the code now. Feel free to proceed when you are ready.
Okay, so you can see the print statement here. I think it looks good. What do you think? And explain what happened.
Okay, I can see that when you ran the code, it first printed the random number 95, then it printed the integer 5, and finally it printed their sum, which is 100. Is there anything else that you would like me to do?
I think I'm pretty happy with this. How do you think I did?
You did well. You were able to modify the code to print the random number, the integer, and their sum, and you also optimized the code by removing an unneeded variable.
Okay, thank you for your help. Speak soon.
You're welcome. Feel free to reach out if you have any more questions.
Okay, so that was pretty cool, right? I just think this could be a help to a lot of people. And this is kind of the voice part of it, but we can also select. I've been testing out, we do the real-time stream, but instead of output format, we do text. So now I'm gonna show you how this works. Everything we ask for is just gonna be printed in this chat here, even though we share our screen. I'm gonna show you how this works. But I just think this is pretty cool, and I can see for now it's free too. This is a lot of help to people, and there's a bunch of stuff you can learn. It doesn't have to relate to coding at all, but it's super cool. The response time is pretty good. It's not hyper fast, but it's pretty good. And yeah, so far I haven't had really any big bugs either. It crashed sometimes, but other than that, super interesting. Okay, so now we're going to change the output format to text. So everything we record now and we want a response to is going to be responded in this text box here, or chat window. So I'm still going to share my screen, right? So I'm going to share full screen. I'm going to head over to, I'm going to add recording to, and I'm going to head over to Google SDK here, 2.0 Gemini. And I'm going to ask like, hey Google, I have highlighted some text here. Could you copy this and just print it in your chat window? I want to use that later. Okay, so now you can see, okay, we have the code here, right? So I'm just gonna copy this. And now I'm gonna head over here, paste it in, right? Okay, so I think I'm gonna do Gemini API key here. And let's do Gemini API key. We wanna do from.env load import, and let's load this, and let's do this and this. Okay. Can you copy this code, Google, for me, please, and just paste it into your chat window? Hey, Google, so I have this code here. I don't want to use this like this. I think I want to create a function that is called chat that takes kind of the contents or something like this. Contents as an argument. Could you fix that for me and write the full code? Okay, so there you can see, here we have the code, so we can just copy this, paste it in. Let's try it now. Now we kind of have a def chat, contents. So Google, before we run this, we have to add like an example down here, right? Could you just write that for me? Because we need an example input here to print anything. Okay, so here we got the example, right? Let's copy that. Let's just paste it in. Now we got the example, and now we can run it. How does AI work? Do we get a response? Yeah, perfect. That works pretty good. So now you can kind of see how we can do this by using this text output instead of like input. And I'm just gonna say, yeah, Google, that worked pretty good. But the issue now is that we only have like a hard-coded input here. I kind of want this code to make the user could do like an input in the terminal, and then the chat model can respond to that. I think also we need to add maybe some conversation lists so we can keep the context of the conversation. Just write a full new code that does all that so we can test it out. Okay, so let's see here now. We have the chat history, input, output, perfect. Let's copy that. Let's go back here, paste it in. So let's try this now. And does this have any... So we can do you, hello. How can I help you? Write a PyCode to add to ints. Okay, so we get that. Now we want to see if we have any context. Great. How can I run this? So now if we have the context, this should know what we are talking about, right? Perfect. Yeah, that works pretty good. So that is another thing that is pretty nice, that we can kind of have this connection when we share our screen back to our chat box here. So another thing we can do, we can just refresh this now. So if we select text again, we start a recording, we start the screen sharing, and I want to do full screen, okay. And hello Google, so I'm reading an article here on The Verge. Could you just summarize this for me in like 3 sentences, please, and write it in the chat box? Okay, so you can see Insta, we got this short part here from The Verge. So that worked pretty good. And we can go and change to another article. We can do, yeah, let's just click on this. And can you also just write like a short summary of what you see on the screen here and add it to the chat box? Okay, perfect. So that was pretty quick. Okay, Google, so I'm looking at the Gemini news now. There's some new output modalities. Just also write a short summary of this. Boom, we got it. Okay, that's good. Now write a full summary of all the summaries we have so far. And we got it. So now we kind of summarize the Sora video, the Pocket FM article, and the Gemini Flash. So it's kind of cool to do this voice mode when we kind of go around and gather information, right? So it's pretty cool. And I'm looking kind of forward to this. So I'm just going to stop this now because I also want to take a quick look at the the other things we can do with Gemini that I don't have access to yet. So let's take a look at a few more examples of how we can kind of use this native input with images, output images, video understanding, and a whole bunch of multimodal stuff that I think is better than OpenAI. So I just want to watch a few examples here, and then, yeah.
These are examples of native image output in Gemini 2.0. Gemini 2.0 can now natively generate images as part of your conversation. Let's say you want to imagine how it might look to turn this car into a convertible. With today's AI tools, this takes a lot of work. You might have to manually mask out this roof area or write a really complex prompt. We brought this image into AI Studio and sent it to the new experimental Gemini 2.0 Flash model. This is a real-time screen capture, and all the prompts you'll see in this video are things that early testers can now try. And this is the entire prompt we gave it: turn this car into a convertible. And it generates...
Okay, that was pretty cool, right? I was pretty impressed by this. But I tried to do this, but I couldn't. I don't think I have early access or something. But hopefully soon I will get access to this and we can start testing this out. I thought this turned out pretty good, so that was pretty cool. So this is kind of the idea, right? So seamlessly reason and generate text and images all with one model, so we can go back and forward, right?
Just a few examples of what's possible when you can seamlessly reason and generate text and images, all with one model.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I have one more video I want to take a quick look at. Yeah, so it's this one. This is kind of the native tool use. So let's take a quick look at a few examples of this. I thought it was pretty cool too.
These are examples of what you can build with native tool use in Gemini 2.0. Gemini 2.0 is natively built to use tools like code execution and Google search.
I think that's cool tools. I think code execution is cool. I think Google search is pretty good because, yeah, it's probably the best search engine yet still.
Here's a demo that combines tool use with real-time interaction, built using the new Multimodal Live API. Make a bar graph that compares the runtime of The Godfather and Oppenheimer. Graph that compares the runtime of The Godfather and Make a bar graph that compares the runtime of The Godfather and Oppenheimer. Add the other two Godfathers to the graph. Pick 3 random superhero movies and add them to the graph.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. So basically what he's doing is he running this real-time input audio that we used earlier today, but he has like a tool use that has the execute code function calling set up too. So he can execute code by kind of using his voice and adding data sources and stuff by just using the real-time input. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, that is basically Gemini 2.0. So build your own multimodal AI agent. So finally, I'm a bit hyped about starting playing around with the Gemini API. I want to take a quick look at why I don't have access to everything yet. So if you look at the right here, they say speech generation, early access, allow list, image generation, early access, allow list. So I don't really have access to those yet. But hopefully I can get this soon and we can start playing around with these real-time interactions by using tool calling and stuff like that. I have played a bit around with the OpenAI real-time API, but I think Google has done a pretty good job here, so I'm quite excited to try this out. And I kind of hope you enjoy this video. Maybe you want to go out and play with the stream real-time now. It's free, so that is what's pretty crazy. You can try it out for free now, so that is pretty insane if you ask me. So just go around, play around with it, and let me know, what do you think? Is Google back? I think they are looking pretty strong with this new setup here. I'm kind of excited to play around with the API key when we get access. So yeah, hopefully you learned something new about Gemini 2.0 and the real-time here. And we speak soon, so have a great weekend, and yeah, bye-bye.